Those days, weeks, and even months where it can feel like there's all this stuff happening around us and we just have to tough it out. We're a runner on the treadmill of Crisis Management 101. And we just have to keep sprinting until things get back to the normality of how they used to be. But here's the thing, running on someone else's treadmill, sprinting at full pace, staring straight ahead, sucks. And what if the normal we're trying to get back to doesn't even exist anymore? Well, imagine if there was another way. Imagine if there was a way for you, your team, and your organization to thrive rather than feel like you're running around mindlessly. Imagine if there was a way for you to feel like you're not a runner on someone else's treadmill. And imagine if there was a way to reframe the way you look at the world so all these seemingly insurmountable problems can become big opportunities. Well, you have that tool and it's there waiting for you to use it. And look, you've already started to use it. And here's the good thing, it's absolutely free. And that's our ability to reimagine. And look, we hear so much about these other RE words. Rebuild, recover, resilience. And look, these are so important, but we can't do any of these unless we embrace another RE word, and that's our ability to reimagine. When we embrace our creative and curious mind, we can reimagine the stories we want to be part of. With imagination, we don't just have to be a runner on someone else's treadmill. We can reimagine and thrive by shaping the environment we want to be part of. On some days, we can be walking along and feel like there's a bunch of dark clouds above us in the sky. And look, on some days, it can even feel like it's raining. And on those really bad days, it can feel like there's hailstones coming out of the sky. And if you're this person down here on this never-ending treadmill we're all running on, you're just going, oh no. However, does this have to be the story we're in? Do things really have to be this way? Let's reimagine what's possible. Let's reshape this environment that we're in. So let's start here. Let's turn this hailstone upside down, have it pointing the other way. So immediately we change the trajectory of this story. And look, let's imagine what's possible if we just add a few little lines. Let's put a few little lines under here. Now let's reimagine and think, what if we put a few squiggly lines here? Why not? Let's use our imagination. Let's put a few little squiggles on the side here. And all of a sudden, when we use our imagination, we don't have hailstones falling out of the sky. We have ideas that are ready to fly. And here's the thing with ideas. Once we start to reimagine what's possible, these ideas start to grow. Once we get really curious about the world around us, the world around us starts to change. We start to see things differently. And the great thing is, these ideas can start to grow and develop. And then we start to build this ecosystem of curiosity and imagination. And look, when you put yourself in here, you're no longer an actor in someone else's story. You and your team are reimagining what's possible and reshaping the environment you want to be part of. Now, let's be really clear. This is an interactive keynote, which means you and your team follow along at home with your pen. Now, you may be sitting there thinking, well, sounds great, Simon, but how is making a few lines going to help my team thrive and reimagine what's possible? And it's a great question. That's the beauty of this approach. Because from the moment we just make a mark, we start to activate a different part of our brain. We move from our very task-focused executive attention network into our default mode network where our imagination and subconscious lives. And look, when we make a mark, we release a bunch of those feel-good neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. Now, serotonin controls the free flow of information in our brain. So when we release them, we start to think differently. And we also get a few good vibes on, which can never be a bad thing. And once you put yourself in the middle of this picture, which literally anyone can do, just with the help of a few small lines, you start to open up your ability to see the world differently. And all of a sudden, you're writing your own story rather than being stuck going 100 miles an hour on someone else's treadmill. And along the way, you're going to get some really great tools, tips, and frameworks will really help your team to reimagine what's possible and make sure you can thrive in these unusual times we're in. And yeah, absolutely, things are really different. But within us, we have the ability to reimagine what's possible. And the great news is, this tool is free. My name's Simon Banks, and look, I can't wait to get interactive with you in my new Keynote as we reimagine what's possible, turn insurmountable problems into great opportunities, and learn how to thrive by reshaping the environment we want to be part of as we build a more creative and curious world. Let's reimagine.